Okay, y'all. Today's video is going to be a walk through my yard, and I'm identifying plants. Some of them I use medicinally, and some of them are food for me. You can do what you want. Disclaimer, it's your body. You do what you want. Don't sue me, because it's your body. So, we're in the Pacific Northwest, and I'm no expert by any means, but this is just, my grandma collected plants, and it was part of my journey with self-sufficiency. So, anyway, yeah, there's not going to be any botanical names or the complicated word names. We're just looking at, here's the plant, this is what I do with it, and you can do what you want. Okay, let's get to it. So today I'm harvesting plantain. Maybe not that plantain. This guy, I use it for skin ailments and bites, insect bites and things. I used it for bee sting the other day and it was really great. This is broadleaf plantains. This is a common yard weed. And I'm trying to not zoom in so much. There. Anyway, it's pretty distinctive. And these little seeds I read can be used too. So I'm harvesting those too. So we'll see. Can't make some flour out of them or something. I'm always looking for flour alternatives. See if I can get close to it with the camera. That is tansy. That is toxic to both livestock and people. I read that the natives used it to cause abortions. That's what it does with livestock, and it's not good to eat. Don't eat that stuff. This tansy crap. This stuff right here. I'm zoomed into. Yes, no, Piggy, don't eat that. They're pretty smart about not eating it. I don't know how to explain how to identify it before it's bloomed. It smells awful. But you pull it. Pull it every time you see it. Not good for livestock. She already sniffed it and said, ew, I don't like it. Obviously, because all their tansy plants are bigger than the rest of them. So, you get a close-up of the leaves. She doesn't touch it. Pigs are smarter than you give them credit for. Probably because it tastes yucky. Does it taste yucky, Porcarina? This little guy, very unpleasant to be around, which is why I didn't get close to the tansy. That's thistle. Bees love it. My neighbors hate it. Yes, the livestock won't eat it. I'm reading that you can eat this part as a little mini artichoke. And I have collected these purple parts and used it for tea. And I don't do that anymore because even though this is supposed to be, if I remember right, it's supposed to be loaded in vitamin C. Anyway, I picked it for a medicinal and for a nice thing to go in my tea. Because clover's purple and it was nice in tea. But this tastes like pea to me. You can try it if you want to. Quick tip. Western Washington. There's like 2, maybe 3 kinds of blackberries. These little guys. Don't ask me the name of them. I'm still too busy eating them. My encyclopedia brain husband would tell you. There's this guy. It has a vine. It's pokey. See those? These are smaller, and I don't know if it's because the deer's been munching on them or what. But, see. So, Yeah. And where's some other really big ones? I'll find the really big ones. Anyway, then there's this other thing that is kind of the bane of my existence. That might be these little guys. My dad calls these black caps. But it's this little vine that I trip on all the time. And those are done making blackberries now. But they're about that big. They're tiny little things, but they are the sweetest ones. So here's free food. And you have not eaten or lived until you've had blackberry cobbler like my mama used to make. This is poor people food right here. So, full of antioxidants. Good stuff. Here is an example of the curly dock seeds. These guys right here. I call them curly dock. I don't know if I had the right species, but I have eaten these in salad. So, let me see if I can get this plant. This plant's about 3-4 foot tall now. Check out the leaves. They're usually green. It's starting to die off. This is the end of August in the Pacific Northwest. So, these little things are a new thing for me this year. It's supposed to be an alternative flower. When they're really red like this, you pick them and toast them a little bit, and then I grind them in the coffee grinder, and they look like a coarse wheat flour. They kind of look like buckwheat flour. So I guess they're a relative of amaranth. So I've heard it called curly dock, yellow dock, sour dock, which fits because I've eaten these. I had these in salad before they turn red. Nice big leaves, cut them all up, and they taste like green apples. So I haven't died from this one. And I guess you're supposed to be able to use the root for a medicinal thing. Haven't done that yet either. So, but this one I can eat. Huh. This one is salal, and it's pretty common in the Pacific Northwest. It usually has a little black berry on it, which I don't see. This part of my property, the deer come here a lot, so I'm thinking they're probably munching on things. But the berry is good to eat. Maybe not so good tasting. It's okay. Another jelly thing. To make jelly with it. And I have picked these leaves and used them as a medicinal as well. So, haven't had any issues, but that's just me. And another guy, sword fern. In the springtime, down here in the middle, when everything's still kind of dead, there are these little fiddlehead things. And if they start to unfurl, it's too late and they start tasting not good. But I guess they taste like a cucumber. I've eaten them, but I haven't pickled them. My aunt pickles them. So, but there's a goodie before food starts coming up in spring. And I was told you can eat the tubers. Haven't tried them myself. And then there's this little guy, which gets about 3 foot tall or taller. See how big the flower is? I don't think they get much bigger than my hand. And there's usually a little dot in the middle, a purple dot out there. But this one's not quite big enough yet. These are Queen Anne's lace. Wild carrot. There's a lookalike that's not good to eat. These are really easy to identify. And this isn't the thing that burns your skin. That thing is like huge, and the stalk is, well, see how skinny this stalk is? The stalk on the one that blisters your skin is probably 1/2 inch or bigger. So anyway, you can eat the root, although it's a lot of work, and they taste about like a parsnip. And you can eat these seeds too. And the little birdies like them. But you can like put them in bread and stuff. So, but you pull the root and eat that part. They're super easy to identify. Pull off a piece of the plant or pull up the root, and it smells and tastes like a carrot. Easy. Okay? We need to take the fear out of this poor little flower here because this stuff is everywhere. It's raining, so this may be my last one today. This plant right here, again, is Queen Anne's lace, and it's gone to seed. And it is over 5 feet tall because it's over my head. So, just wanted to help with identifying that. It's still got some of its little blossoms. And if we smell it, it smells like a carrot. So, It was another example because I had said that the stalks of that dangerous one were a 1/2 inch or more. And that's about what the total bottom of this one is. So, the only thing I can say is smell it. And if you think that it's that dangerous one, I've seen that dangerous one growing in the woods kind of by swampy areas, and this is open grassland. It seems to like that. So, but that's about all I can tell you. I'm not an expert on that dangerous one. I just know what Queen Anne's lace is, and it's not dangerous and it won't sting you. So, as far as I know, but again, it's your body. You do what you want. You can't sue me for doing things that, with your body. So, but those seeds, I'm going to pick those seeds later. Those are nummy. This here is Oregon grape. And the grapes are gone. Oh, here's one. Here's one with grapes on it. This has a yellow blossom in spring. See those grapes? They're kind of tart. Put them in pancakes. You can eat those. They're kind of tart. Anyway, the root also and the stalk right here is useful because it's the yellow stuff inside. I'm not going to pull this up just now. But you take those and dry those, and it's useful for like urinary tract issues and things like that. So at least that's what I use it for. It does also lower your blood sugar, especially if it's fresh. So be careful about that. So my aunt tried it fresh, and she drank a pretty strong tea made out of this stuff and had to take her insulin. So be careful, monitor, do it at your own risk. And everybody knows what these are. There's like 3 different kinds in the Pacific Northwest that identify as a, quote, dandelion. So my grandma has picked these blossoms and put them in, I think she was making collard greens or something. They're kind of bitter, I ain't gonna lie. You can't eat them. You can try it if you want to. The root, however, I have pulled up and dried and used as a coffee substitute. And it's okay. I like my coffee, so this is okay. If you want to drink a drink that imitates coffee and doesn't have that caffeine and probably makes you a little regular, that would work. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where you want to have a coffee drink of something, doctor it up a lot, because I like my coffee doctored up. I'm an espresso addict, so trying to get out of that. No, dandelions. And I'm told that the sap, the white stuff that comes out of the stem, let's see if I can, yeah, that one's too small. Way too small. Anyway, I'm told that makes warts go away. I haven't used it myself. So, people say it's a painkiller. Haven't used that for that either, because I have other things I use for that. So. This one is a lookalike to yarrow, and it's called Pearly Everlasting. Note the leaves, if I can get close. Yarrow has feather-like leaves, and I believe the native word for it means little feather. And the flowers are different, too. And they bloom about the same time. This is the end of August. This one's a medicinal, too, but I haven't used it much. So I just used the yarrow. Okay, this one's yarrow. It's a short, scrubby version of it because I've already harvested the 2 foot, 3 foot tall ones. So, let's see if I can get the thing that the yarrow smells nasty and kind of tastes nasty. So, identifying it in that way is difficult. Let's see if I can get the detail. There we go. There's the detail on the flowers. And they have that leaf. That leaf is what you want to look at. Feather leaf. Okay? That identifies them. This is the one that grows in the wild. There's a pink or kind of chartreuse one too that I've seen in nurseries. But this is what grows out here. And I use that for pain, for my girl time, and for fighting like infection type things. The Romans used it to stop bleeding. They carried it around dried. Stuff's just very useful. I had a dog with parvo once, and I used up all the meds and did everything I could, didn't have any more money, and shoved a whole bunch of this stuff down there, and in the morning he was doing great. So, who knows? But I started using it for my girl time for cramps. So, but whenever there's an infection of any kind, hubby didn't have medical, and he shoved a piece of fencing right through his finger, and we put yarrow on it and some comfrey mashed up, and it was fine, no infection. So I'm getting another shot of the blossom because this one's a little bit later in stage and starting to go to seed. Here's the small version of the plant when it just starts popping up. I have a bunch of these in my yard because some guys came and dug up some pipes or something. So these are like 2 inches tall. Again, the feather leaf. This is all yarrow. It's a common driveway weed. This is that's what my aunt calls it too, but it's actually prostrate knotweed is one of its names. So notice the little knots on the stem, and it's not going to clear up for me. Okay, so this one is one I pick and dry and use for a go-to thing for UTIs, along with Ustia, but so it hasn't given me a headache or anything. But you'll find this in your driveway. It crawls along the ground. So here's another one. My dad calls this purslane, and I eat it in salad. Another common thing in my driveway. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, hit like button and hit the subscribe button and hit that little bell. That way it'll notify you of the next videos that are coming out. And that'll be great. Thanks. I almost forgot. There is a video coming up on the harvesting of flax, which I planted in my garden. So I'm going to film that from harvest to seed. And then I'm hoping to have harvesting it for fiber for spinning. Alright, stay tuned.